The Aegean Sea sparkles under the Mediterranean sun. It's a beautiful sight, but this sea holds more than meets the eye. Beneath its surface and scattered around its shores lie the secrets of lost civilizations. These are the stories of the Minoans and Mycenaeans, the forerunners of what we know as Greece. Imagine the island of Crete, a paradise of bustling cities and magnificent palaces. This was the Minoan world, a Bronze Age civilization that thrived from around 2700 to 1450 BC. The Minoans were masters of trade, their ships laden with pottery, textiles and precious goods sailing across the Mediterranean. Their art, vibrant and full of life, depicted scenes of bull-leaping processions and nature's bounty. But the Minoan world, for all its splendor, met a mysterious end. Perhaps it was a volcanic eruption on the nearby island of Thera, or maybe an earthquake that triggered their decline. Whatever the cause, the Minoans faded away, leaving behind tantalizing traces of their existence. On mainland Greece, another power was rising, the Mycenaeans. These were warrior kings, ruling from mighty citadels like Mycenae, Tiryns and Pylos. The Mycenaeans were a warlike people, their exploits immortalized in Homer's epic poems, the Iliad and the Odyssey. They too were great traders, their influence stretching across the Aegean. After the collapse of the Mycenaean civilization, Greece entered a period of transition known as the Greek Dark Ages. But from this darkness, a new Greece emerged. This was the Archaic period, a time of dramatic change that shaped the course of Greek history. The Greeks began to organize themselves into independent city-states, each with its own government, laws and customs. Athens, Sparta, Corinth, Thebes, these city-states scattered across the Greek mainland and islands became the building blocks of a new political and social order. This period also witnessed a cultural revival. The Greeks adopted the Phoenician alphabet, adapting it to create their own writing system. This revolutionized communication and paved the way for a flowering of literature, philosophy, and scientific inquiry. The Archaic period was a time of exploration and expansion. The Greeks ventured out, establishing colonies across the Mediterranean Sea, from Spain in the west to the Black Sea in the east. These colonies spread Greek culture and influence far and wide. The classical period stands as a beacon of human achievement. It was a time when democracy flourished in Athens, when philosophy reached new heights, and when art and architecture achieved a level of perfection rarely seen before or since. The Persian Wars marked a turning point in Greek history. Facing the might of the Persian Empire, the Greek city-states united to defend their freedom. The victories at Marathon, Salamis, and Plataea not only secured Greek independence but also ushered in a period of Athenian dominance. Under the leadership of Pericles, Athens became a beacon of democracy and culture. The Acropolis, crowned by the magnificent Parthenon, became a symbol of Athenian power and artistic genius. It was a time of great thinkers. Socrates, the gadfly of Athens, challenging conventional wisdom. Plato, his student, exploring the nature of reality and knowledge. And Aristotle, the polymath, laying the foundations of Western philosophy and science. But the classical period was not without its conflicts. The Peloponnesian War, a bitter struggle between Athens and Sparta, shattered the fragile unity of the Greek world. The war ended in Athenian defeat, marking the end of the golden age of classical Greece. The death of Alexander the Great in 323 BC marked the beginning of the Hellenistic period, an era that saw Greek culture spread across a vast empire. Alexander, king of Macedon, conquered the Persian Empire, extending his rule from Greece to Egypt and as far east as India. Alexander's conquests had a profound impact on the ancient world. Greek language, art, architecture, and ideas spread throughout his empire. blending with local traditions to create a new Hellenistic culture. Alexandria, founded by Alexander in Egypt, became the greatest city of the Hellenistic world, a center of learning and culture. Its library, the largest in the ancient world, housed an unparalleled collection of scrolls and attracted scholars from far and wide. The Hellenistic period was a time of great intellectual ferment. New philosophies emerged, such as Stoicism and Epicureanism, offering different paths to happiness and fulfillment. Science flourished with advances in mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. Section 5. Under Roman rule, Pax Romana and cultural fusion. The Roman conquest of Greece in 146 BC brought an end to Greek political independence. But Greek culture, far from being extinguished, continued to thrive under Roman rule. The Romans, who had long admired Greek culture, adopted and adapted Greek art, literature, and philosophy, making them their own. The Pax Romana, a period of Roman peace and prosperity, brought stability to the Mediterranean world. This allowed for continued economic and cultural exchange, with Greek ideas and influences spreading throughout the Roman Empire. Greek continued to be widely spoken throughout the Eastern Mediterranean, and Greek intellectuals continued to make significant contributions to Roman literature, philosophy, and science. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, for example, wrote his famous Meditations in Greek. Section 6. The Byzantine era, Constantinople, and Eastern Christianity. The Roman Empire eventually split into two halves: the Western Roman Empire, centered on Rome, and the Eastern Roman Empire, centered on Constantinople, which is modern-day Istanbul. The Eastern Roman Empire, known as the Byzantine Empire, continued to exist for another 1,000 years after the fall of the Western Roman Empire. The Byzantine Empire was a Christian empire, and Constantinople became a center of Christian art, architecture, and theology. The Hagia Sophia, a masterpiece of Byzantine architecture with its soaring dome and stunning mosaics, became a symbol of the empire's power and piety. The Byzantine Empire preserved much of ancient Greek learning, transmitting it to later generations. Byzantine scholars copied and preserved ancient Greek texts, ensuring their survival. The Byzantine Empire also developed its own distinctive art, literature, and music, blending Greek, Roman, and Christian influences. Section 7. The Ottoman Interlude, a complex relationship. In 1453, Constantinople fell to the Ottoman Turks, marking the end of the Byzantine Empire. Greece now came under Ottoman rule, a period that lasted for almost 4 centuries. The Ottoman Empire was a vast and diverse empire encompassing many different cultures and religions. The Ottomans generally allowed their subjects to practice their own religions, but they imposed a special tax on non-Muslims. The Ottoman period was a time of hardship for many Greeks. They were subject to Ottoman taxation and often faced discrimination. However, some Greeks prospered under Ottoman rule, particularly those involved in trade. The Ottoman Empire also brought a new cultural influence to Greece, with elements of Ottoman architecture, cuisine, and music becoming part of Greek culture. Section 8. A Nation Reborn, the Greek War of Independence. By the 19th century, the flames of nationalism were sweeping across Europe, and Greece was no exception. Inspired by the ideals of the Enlightenment and their own glorious past, the Greeks rose up against Ottoman rule in 1821. The Greek War of Independence was a long and bloody struggle. The Greeks, outnumbered and outgunned, fought bravely against the Ottoman forces. Their cause also attracted international support, with volunteers and supplies arriving from across Europe. Poets like Lord Byron romanticized the struggle, fueling public sympathy. After years of fighting, Greece finally secured its independence in 1829 with the Treaty of Adrianople. The newly independent Greek state, though small and impoverished, had achieved a remarkable victory against a powerful empire. It marked the rebirth of a nation and the beginning of a new chapter in Greek history. Section 9. Modern Greece, Challenges and Triumphs. The newly independent Greece faced the daunting task of nation-building. It had to create a new government, establish a national identity, and rebuild a war-torn country. The first century of its independence was marked by political instability, economic struggles, and territorial disputes with its neighbors. Despite these challenges, Greece made significant progress. It expanded its territory, strengthened its institutions, and developed its economy. The discovery of the ancient Olympic Games in 1896 led to the revival of the Olympics, hosted in Athens, reconnecting modern Greece with its ancient past on a global stage. The 20th century brought new trials for Greece. It participated in both world wars, faced a devastating civil war, and endured a period of military dictatorship. However, Greece emerged from these difficult times with a renewed commitment to democracy and a determination to forge a better future. Section 10. Greece Today, a Legacy for the Ages. Today, Greece stands as a vibrant democracy and a member of the European Union. It has overcome economic challenges and continues to play an active role in regional and global affairs. Greece's legacy, however, extends far beyond its present-day borders. The ancient Greeks left an indelible mark on Western civilization. Their ideas about democracy, philosophy, art, architecture, literature, and science continue to inspire and influence us today, from the ruins of ancient cities to the bustling streets of modern Athens, from the timeless beauty of the Aegean Sea to the warmth and hospitality of its people. Greece offers a journey through time and a connection to the very roots of Western civilization. It is a land where the past is always present, where ancient myths and modern realities intertwine, and where the legacy of a remarkable people continues to shape our world.